there is not a show like Game of Thrones out there. The Game of Thrones season finale has just aired, and once again, that series does not disappoint. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to the season finale review of Game of Thrones. Now with twice as many jump cuts as before, probably, as I try to figure out the best way to go about actually getting this thing done. Let's not waste any time and jump right into it, shall we? One of the things that I want to do actually for this review, I don't want to go over every single individual scene like I basically did in the last one. I want to kind of just give a general overview about the tone of the series and where I think the direction is going, what my overall thoughts on everything was. Ready? Great. Let's begin. Oh my god, that episode! What? Okay, did I startle you, by the way? Good. Great. Because, wow. Alright, as a season finale, that episode was phenomenal. Game of Thrones has set the stage perfectly for what I'm assuming is either going to be the second to last or last season. I imagine that it's going to be one more season of just the normal stuff, followed by just all the chaos that's going to be with the White Walkers and all of that stuff. I don't want to cover all of the stuff that we've all probably seen by now, right? I don't want to go back over everything and talk about the entire episode in full. I want to just throw my thoughts out to you guys about this entire episode because wow, what an episode. Just as exhilarating as the last one, only in a different way. Game of Thrones, like I said before, has always managed to create an incredibly captivating universe, an incredibly captivating story, and it doesn't necessarily have to be through the violence alone. The violence is gratuitous, and it's wonderful, and it is exciting, but that is not the thing that necessarily makes Game of Thrones absolutely fantastic. What makes it fantastic is just this tension that is always building in this show, and it is just culminating perfectly. And it's moving so much faster than it ever did before. I think part of the reason why that is because now the show no longer has the book's guidance, so it can just kind of hurry it along. Like, obviously, it's using the books as guidelines, and it's using George R. R. Martin's notes on how the series should end. However, the story right now and the narrative pace is just it's just going, right? It's not slowing down for anything, kind of like this review. At long last, the stage is finally set. Everything that we've been waiting for years has all been slowly placed out before us in a very careful way that's just emanates brilliance, really, when you think about it. This show's been going on for years. The books have been going on for years, and we're finally reaching its climax. All of the characters are where they need to be for what is probably going to be an incredibly exhilarating final or second to final season, depending on whatever this is. Marjorie is dead. The High Sparrow is gone. All of that incredibly infuriating religious babble is dead, blown up, and in flames as it should be. Wow. That was amazing, by the way. Cersei is now finally queen. We've got Arya, who's now back in Westeros and just killed... Oh god, what is his name? Walder Frey. That was his name. Knew I'd figure it out eventually. I didn't look for it, by the way. I just scrambled through my brain to eventually find it. Promise. But yes, so he's gone. Red Wedding avenged. What's her name? Melisandre, the Red Lady, sent away. Not really avenged, but she's gonna play an important role. Come on, let's face it. We all know she's coming back. Meereen, under the command of the Second Sons, which is kind of strange. I mean, I wouldn't have put him in charge. I almost wonder if that's going to come and bite him in the ass because I don't really see him being a useful tool to take control of a city. She didn't leave any advisors behind of any kind. Only just, like, if Jorah comes back, now that might work. But, I mean, just leaving a mercenary commander in charge of running a city like that's not a very good idea. Although I'm starting to begin to get the feeling that she just doesn't really care about Meereen. I feel like they had something that they wanted to do with that story, but they just didn't know where they wanted to take it. And I guess that this might just be the easiest way to just cut it off. Or maybe they did. Maybe this is just how they wanted it to end, but I don't really see how leaving a merc in charge of all this is in any way, shape, or form a good idea. But anyway, so moving on from that part, we now have a character who has all of her ships. She has everything that she needs. She's ready to take back Westeros. She's coming home with dragons. The Targaryens are returning. And once more, also, we all called it. Jon Snow. Fan theories were theorizing about it for years, and kind of like the monkeys and typewriters thing, eventually they're going to get it right eventually, right? If you have a bunch of monkeys with typewriters writing up Hamlet, eventually they're going to figure it out. And that's, like, I don't want to say that that's a bad thing, right? We all knew that was going to kind of happen, and a lot of this stuff that is going on, we kind of called from the beginning. People who have really followed Game of Thrones knew the prevailing theory that Jon Snow is actually a Targaryen was well, it made the most sense, right? I couldn't really see it being anything else. And so with that, with Jon now being revealed as a Targaryen, yeah, I kind of want to talk about like that whole thing because that's kind of important. I'm not really bothered. I'm not bothered by it, but I almost wish that like the impact was greater. I mean, they wanted it's as good as it could have been, right? Considering how many fan theories were buzzing around for just years. And eventually we're going to get it right. Monkeys and typewriters. And so that's not really a fault of the show, and that's not really a fault of the books or George R. R. Martin. It's just, it's taken so long, right, for it to get to this point. Not necessarily the show. The show's been going at a decent pace, but I mean, with poor George R. R. Martin here, he's got this just vast thing that he's got to create, out of his brain only. It was only a matter of time before fans figured it out. And the reveal was well done, but I wish that, at least for me, that it had more of an impact. Like, it kind of was just me going, like, I knew it. I called it. I knew that this is going to be a thing, and I was right. Wrapping this all up in a nice, neat little bun, this episode was fantastic. It was as strong as the original, or as the last episode. It was just as powerful, and it was just as exciting too, in different ways. The political game, just watching the stage get set for what is going to be an amazing next season, I can only imagine, was just, it was enthralling. I was so gripped. And if you have not watched Game of Thrones, I don't know why you're watching this review if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, but if you are watching Game of Thrones, which you probably are, redundancies, whatever, go and tell everyone that you don't know to pick up the series like right now, because it's just have you actually seen anything that's as captivating and just as powerful and emotionally gripping as this? This is the reason why Game of Thrones is so great. It's not because everybody dies. Yes, that's a shtick. Yes, it's dark and it's grim, but I think that what makes Game of Thrones amazing is because you don't know where it's going to go, right? Getting to this point was a journey. It was a journey, and now I really cannot wait to see what happens. Obviously, Cersei's going to be the next threat that everyone's going to have to deal with. And how is she going to handle that? How is she going to fight that? She's going to have to deal with dragons. She's going to have to eventually deal with White Walkers if she doesn't ally with everybody else, or she's probably going to get killed, because she still has no idea that any of this is happening. Winter is here, by the way. So the King in the North has returned as Jon Snow, who everyone is now acknowledged as a Stark. Wow! Oh my god, I can't wait. Everyone, let me think what you think in the comments below about the season finale. It was insane. It was phenomenal. I can't wait to see where it goes. I want to cover it more in full, but I don't want to like bore you all, waste your time with just me going on and on and on. So I'm gonna cut this one short. I'm going to keep it contained, right? I'm going to hold on to this excitement until next year. We have to wait until next year. But it'll be worth it. If it's anything like this season, it will definitely be worth it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast to be able to talk to all of you. And now I have 55 subscribers! Yes, I might just count every single time I get one of you, because you all mean that much to me. I promise that I'm also going to get back to the video game stuff. Now that Game of Thrones is over, I can focus on just video games. I said I was going to do E3, and I still want to talk about the games I'm excited about for E3, but I am a procrastinator, as many of us gamers kind of are. Guilty as charged. Right, but I promise that we'll be getting more stuff coming out really soon. The next thing is probably going to be an Overwatch video that I think will be quite humorous. I hope. I mean, it'll at least be fun for us. Hopefully it'll be fun for you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all around next time. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I mean, I guess you could thumbs me down. I'll cry, but I mean, hey, such is the trade. I'll see you all around. Bye, guys.